See, that mason bee house that you made over here, you don't take that off and put it inside or anything, you just leave it out?
No, and you see these, see all those holes in my wood? Mason bees go in there and have their nest. All you have to do is have holes with wood with holes in them. They'll come and make do. They don't need my help. You see, I'm coming to the place, if I try to help nature, I mess it up.
Yeah, I'm good at that too.
This system is so far ahead of me and so totally connected, I should learn from them, not me telling them what to do. I mean, really. I'm the new guy in the block. They've been doing it a lot longer than I've been around. I mean, really. You know, and I learned so much by paying attention, you know, and not trying to do stuff. And it's just, I mean, it's awesome.
What do you think about using, have you ever used just like fresh starting? I see you got an ongoing deal here, but have you ever used like mushroom compost, putting in a new garden anywhere?
Wow. No, mushroom compost is great. I just don't have access to it.
I know that the way you're doing it here, you don't need it, but
it's great
I know
stuff.
that I started with bare dirt that didn't have squat in it, and I mixed mushroom compost with it with a rototiller, and shoot, my vegetables look like, they just look like they were bionic almost. Yeah. I mean, the vegetables just
let me tell you something about
tilling.
This is, you know, this is the next year though. All that beautiful stuff you tilled was compacted hardpan. When you till things in the soil, it's all burned up and you lose every bit of it.
You don't recommend tilling the soil then?
Let me tell you why. It's so, and when I tell you this, you're gonna get it. In the soil, the Creator has put thousands of living organisms. Worms are the biggest.
Right.
But there's all kinds of mitochondria, enzymes, bacteria, funguses, all who live there, all have their homes and babies, and when you till, you utterly destroy that whole environment and you make it sterile. When you're done tilling, your soil is sterile. And all the living forms have been killed. And God brought this to my attention. I'm out there one day in my garden, I'm pushing the stick down to make those straight lines with the string, and I'm screaming mad at God. I says, God, what's up to this? I've hauled truckloads of organic chicken manure, all this stuff in my garden, tilled it every year, and I hit 6 inches and it's like hitting concrete. How come my hardpan's not breaking up? And God was totally silent. It was scary, like he wouldn't answer me. I said, you're not going to talk to me? And he didn't say a word. And so the next day, I'm out there in my orchard, and he prompted me to get on my knees like you did and start moving my wood chips. I'm down to my elbow in this gorgeous black compost, and I got up screaming. I said, there's something wrong with this picture. I don't have this in my garden. I've been killing myself to get it. I didn't do anything here. And God says, it works in your garden the same way. You didn't ask. So I threw the tiller away, so I covered the garden with the wood chips. And you know what amazed me, just how brain dead I am? Where my orchard ended and the garden started, the grass downgrade from the orchard was several feet higher than the stuff downgrade from the garden. I should have observed like, duh. And as soon as I put that covering over the garden, that grass changed. Here's what God did for me. It was so huge. April, third year into it, I'm out there with my rake, pulling the witches, planting my seeds, running my stick down. As I push the stick in, I get this prompting, give it a push. I gave it a push and it broke loose. I thought, wow, that hardpan's breaking up. And simultaneously, I'm watching this worm, this robin, pulling this worm out. And I hear in my spirit, I sent those worms to break up your hardpan, and you kept killing them with the tiller. Now that you're not killing them, they're breaking your hardpan. I started to cry. I mean, I was crying. I says, God, I didn't know any better. Here I'm thinking I'm doing this good thing, and I'm killing all the living organisms you put here to maintain my soil. I'm telling you, man. And if you notice, this Creator God, who's omnipotent, never, under any circumstance, disturbs soil. He never mixes. All he does is layer. He puts a layer. That's all he does, and everything grows great. And I'm telling you, that's been my experience. If I mix it, it messes up. Just put it down and get out of there, because everything in nature knows what to do. They're totally connected to him, and they do it perfect. And if you mix it and you tell it, you're going to destroy the whole process.
So if you've already done that,
just repent and cover and get out of there.
Okay, that's what I wanted to hear.
Repentance is all.
Your chickens look pretty happy.
Well, they eat well. My chickens eat better than most people.
That's
it's
right.
all live organic food. I mean, really.
All those grass clippings and vegetables and stuff like that.
They get the spinach. Like in a few weeks, all that spinach. That
spinach, I confessed when I walked by your spinach patch, I stole another leaf and I watered it up, and man, that stuff is delicious.
Yeah, and see, the chickens will eat
that.
I mean, that gets too big. I take wheelbarrow loads of the chickens. That's their food. They eat better than most people. Really.
So when you say you don't go to the store and buy anything, are you talking you don't buy any food? Or
I buy two things at Costco. Because I grew up in LA and I miss dates and avocados. I really love them. And I go to Costco and I buy dates and avocados, but that's it.
It's hard to grow those things around
So
here.
like you don't eat any processed foods, pastas and all that?
Look at my eyes.
Be quiet. Yeah, but
24 years ago, when I was 40 years old, I lived in excruciating pain in my back and my legs. We're talking like all the time. When you're in pain, you're uptight, you're always tired, and you're a drag to be around.
Roger that.
And I'm saying, man, this is miserable. I'm only 40 years old, but I thought it was because I climb trees and I do this heavy work that I'm just putting stress on my body. That was my thinking. My wife got this book. I love this. My wife is very direct. She's a prophet. She's a seer. This book's title was Alkalize or Die.
Yep.
And when I read this guy was making sense. It sounded like he knew what he was talking about. Alkalize or die. He made this statement that arrested my attention. He says, all pain, he did the all thing, all pain and all of these comes from an acid condition. I told my wife, Carol, I can test that. I can test that. So I came home and I purposed to eat nothing except what I grew in season in my garden. And I'm telling you, I have been pain-free for 24 years.
Man.
Totally pain-free. I can't remember the last time I've ever been sick. No cold, no flu. I never get a headache. And I feel way more energy than I did 40 years ago because of this live food.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, I'm speaking from experience, I'm not trying to sell you anything.
No.
I know this works. And my Creator God, who designed this on the third day, made it for this body. Everything I need is in this stuff, in season, in perfect balance. And it gives you an abundant life.